You are tuned in to What Up Baltimore online radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this channel are of the host and not of Lady J Media. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Up Baltimore TV. And if you really don't want to miss any of the shows, hit that notification bell and you'll get a message every time we come on. Now, we got it from here, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
I know you do, because that's what I do. I give you that kind of love that makes you come back. I'm your pusher, baby. I'm your
Hey, little black boy, let me holler at you for a minute. I was once in your place, you should respect what I say. Some of the things I'm about to tell you just may save your life in the world right now. Much is right. Little black boy, you're gonna see and experience all sorts of things, but don't let your mind be locked in a chain. Hello, everybody. Hello. All right. Welcome to Spitfire Poetry Shutdown. I am your host, John Hansboro. Today is January 17th. We're moving right along into the year, man. January 17th, 2024. I hope everyone is having a good start to this year. I know I am. I'm trying to anyway. Having a good start so far. As usual, my books, Unusual Favor, Spitfire Poetry Volume 1 and 2 are available on Amazon. You can also hit me up at John Hansboro, the number 13 at gmail.com. You can email me, you can message me, you can hit me up in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, John Hansboro, Spitfire Poetry Shutdown, and I can get a book to you that way. Also, look out for some of my it's some awesome poets and publishers getting ready to put books out right now. Ashley T. Darling, I want you guys to look her up on Facebook. Ashley T. Darling is putting out her book, Family Ties. That's going to be a very special book. Her and her dad put that together. Rest in peace to Mr. Chapman. But she has a book coming out. Like I say, it's called Family Ties. You don't want to miss that. Also, Isaiah Haynes III, new book, Off My Soapbox. People, these are all local poets and published authors that are amazing that's living right in your town. Isaiah Haynes, Off My Soapbox. You want to grab that. And also look out for my sister, Mariah O. Now, her last name, I can't say it, so I'm going to spell it. But her first name is Mariah, Mary OH. And then her last name is ONWUKWE. Her book, Daydreams and Nightmares. Look up Mozart. Mozart on Instagram is what she goes by on Instagram. She has a book also called Daydreams and Nightmares, so you don't want to miss that on our author spotlight. So congratulations to all of them for putting out, and I believe most of them, this is their first books too, so congratulations to them. All right. I also, before we get started, I want to say shout out to my Canfield family. I love you guys. That's the neighborhood I grew up in. Rest in peace to Herb Rocket Pollard. I don't even, man, like this was a big blow. I saw on Facebook this morning that he passed away. And this gentleman, along with some other people in my neighborhood, shout out to Squirrel Wide, Launchpad, everybody over there. You guys were doing music and doing beats and stuff when we was kids, man, and I was influenced by y'all a long, long time ago before I even really knew what hip hop was. Like you guys and some of my cousins that's from out of state really introduced me to what hip hop was at a young age because um, I was listening to stuff and I really didn't know what I was listening to. So shout out to him, man. Rest in peace to Herb. That's a neighborhood legend right there. I remember the parties and everything that everybody used to come to at the rec. So Canfield, I love y'all. Shout out to everybody over there. So listen, today we have a special guest on here today, guys, by the name of Tay. I met this gentleman at a open mic. Shout out to my sister Shamice Jacobs. Y'all already know who she is. If you follow me, you know who my sister Shamice Jacobs is. Shamice Lady Jacobs. She had an open mic event that was geared towards mental health, and I met this brother and a friend of his lady was with him, and he went up, man, and did some poetry, and I was blown away. I love to hear new stuff. I love to meet new poets. And you know what I mean? When he went up, man, he just illuminated the room. So I want to introduce you all to Tay, my man Tay Dream Chasers. Tay, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine, man. I appreciate you for inviting me to this space, man. I'm extremely grateful for that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, absolutely, man, absolutely, man. So look, it's been what? That was back in like I think November, December when that event went on. How long have you? So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself for one.
Okay, my name is Tay Sommerville. I got a couple of names. I mean, of course, my nickname is Tay, but I also go by Takeover because that's my rap name. But you know, that's like my little brand name too because I have two businesses I'm working on. But for me, I'm just I'm a very introverted extrovert. If you know what I'm saying, kind of, I'm out there, but I'm also into myself, which also helps me being my solitude helps me be in my creative space. And I love to do that. I'm very spiritual. Just being aware of so much within myself and everything about the world. I can sing. Well, I can sing a little bit. I can dance. I can rap. I write. I'm into so many different things. Nature oriented. It's so many different layers. I'm gonna just say. But that's just the basics right now. That's it. Nothing too crazy.
Well, man, you definitely. So I looked on some stuff on your page, and I see how grounded you are, like with your meditation and things that you do. You know what I mean? Talk to me a little bit about that before we get you to go into some poetry. Like, how did you get onto that path of like I don't know what to call it. I like to call it awareness. You know what I mean? Like it seems like you're aware of everything. I saw a video on Instagram where it seemed like you was just soaking in everything. You was just sitting still in the grass, just soaking in the things around you. You know what I mean? Talk to me about what is that like for you? Like, do you do a lot of meditating? Like, what are you really into?
I do a lot of meditating. I got into meditation and being aware when I was like at my lowest of lows. I was at a point where I was, going through a heartbreak, and that was around COVID time. So I was just, it forced me to be by myself because I was at school and everybody left. So it was just me by myself when I'm working my job, going through a breakup at the same time. So it was a lot I was going through mentally. And I used to be a real heavy overthinker. And my thoughts would just be everywhere, and I couldn't stop it. And I'm just asking. It's always important to ask questions. Once I ask myself the question, why are my thoughts like this? Why can't I stop my thoughts? Like, what is this? Like, how can I do it? And I always knew something about meditation, but I just never knew what it really was. And I just one day, at this point, you're a little bit desperate. So I looked up, hey, meditation exercise. I did one meditation exercise, and that was a wrap. It was a seed planted, and I just, of course, and when I first started, it was a little bit, I wasn't doing it a lot. It wasn't really consistent. And then once I started to do a little bit more consistent, and I started to realize a lot of things during my meditation, it took by storm. And now I kind of meditate basically every day, especially at night before I go to sleep. You know, in that space, you just what you about to say something?
You know, it's interesting. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm in this. So it's interesting to me because I found myself at my most creative point in my life when I was dealing with a heartbreak too. I'll say honestly, I was witnessing something that my wife was dealing with. She was struggling with alcohol, and I was struggling with some illness at the time. So seeing her go through that really did something to me, to watch her deal with that. But it's crazy because that's where a lot of my creativity came from. Like when I was in spaces where, you know, I'm praying or I'm trying to meditate myself and get my mind right. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Writing fell right in my lap. You know what I mean? I was able to write to be able to get through or whatever. But it's interesting you say that because that's where I found creativity too. When I was in a dark place, I was at a place that was unfamiliar to me. I didn't know how I got there, how to get out. I say this all the time. You know what I mean? But that's where the poetry and the creativity came from. Is that sort of similar for you? Like when you were in that space, is that where a lot of things just started clicking for you, like creativity wise?
I would say that at that time it was just like complete healing. That was just like my healing stage. I'm trying to figure out so many things about myself, why I feel like this, why do I think this. A lot of trying to detaching from a person that I was, clearly attached to. But what really made me spark into my creative mode is when after all that, I knew I'm like, Tay, look, I got so much in me. I got so much talent. I got so much I can do, so much potential. And I made my manifestation before 2023 happened. I was like, I'm not gonna play with my potential this year. So I was like, let's try some things. Let's try something. I always said I couldn't write. I just thought I couldn't. I just didn't know where to start. I'm like, I just don't know what. Right. But I was like, nah, let me just try it. Let me do it. Stop saying you can't do something. Why would I tell myself I can't do it? Like, come on now. So I just started writing. First little rap, I wrote. And I'm like, hold up. I like this. Started trying to do a little bit more consistently, and then I actually got into it. I realized that it makes time pass so fast. That I feel good in this space, in this creative space, thinking about different words, connecting, and all of this extra stuff, and also expressing myself within it. So it was like a release. So it started this pattern of me wanting to do it all the time. It started me having the urge to do it now instead of me being like, nah, I don't feel like it. That was an actual. It started being something I do every day. Just in some type of way I'm writing, or I'm just trying to, get into the groove of, releasing my thoughts from the pen to the paper. Whether it be me writing poetry, me writing raps, or me just journaling. Journaling is extremely important. I would definitely like to say that. But that's where my inspiration came from.
That's crazy, bro. I want to give a shout out to Van Green who's watching. What's up, sis? I appreciate you. My brother Isaiah Haynes. Y'all go get his book off my soapbox. Tay, let's get into some poetry, man. Because it's something, man. You got me amped already. And I know I can't remember. I think you did like 2 or 3 poems when I first met you. But I remember one of them. I remember some of the words to one of them. You know what I mean? But whenever you're ready, man, before we get into some more conversation, let's just give the people a little bit of some of the talent that you have. Whenever you're ready, whatever you want to spit, man, whatever poem you want to do, just go right ahead and get it off your chest, bros. No holds barred here. Don't worry about the language. Art is art.
Definitely, I got you. I'm trying to put some. I had a couple of them put together, but I was unprepared coming from these flights, man. This week was kind of crazy with the snow, but I got my one poem I want to do here. It's not completely finished, but I'm gonna definitely do it. Everything is in the present moment. Present your presence with a pleasant motion. It's a present when you make commotion in your story. Them allegories, it shows devotion. You want to eat what's in the jar, you got to get it open. But once you work the twisted top, you got to keep your focus. Take it in doses. Don't end up choking on your moment when it's time. The ocean is full of tears, and I see most of my people crying because they defied their own essence, chasing them what they thought were blessings. Egotistical desire displaying projections of false perception of what success was. So they sailed out on their voyage racing to gain materials and status for attention and validation. But before they left, they forgot the most important thing: foundation. How did they expect to face the storms with nothing to brace with? No tools in the proper places, so they was placed in spaces where they was feeling vacant. They see themselves as empty, but that's just their mentality that makes them see past the paintings and the finest arts on the wall. You can only truly see these things for what they are when you deepen your catalog. To love, to have compassion, to have gratitude, to be less judgmental and work on your mental to judge situations you get into. And then I'll finish that out, but that's all I got right now. There, I'm gonna definitely finish that one.
So, do you have a name for that right there?
No, I didn't even put a name. I just started writing.
Don't even worry. Right, I know how that could be. Don't even worry about that. But what influenced that though? Like, because that's fresh. You just wrote that, didn't you?
Yeah. I just wrote that probably like yesterday while I was at the airport actually.
So what influenced that?
What's crazy is I kind of was just thinking, you see the beginning is it says, everything is in the present moment. And that's one of the things I just thought about in the moment of me writing it. So I'm just like, let me just write about the present moment. But as I'm writing it, I'm just getting more and more downloads. I'm just flowing with it and I'm just going now. So it just kind of course, when I'm getting into everything is in the present moment. If you want to eat what's in the jar, you got to get it open. So now I'm thinking about taking initiative, right? A lot of people want a lot of things, but they don't take the initiative to go get it. If you want to go get it, you got to move yourself. You can't wait on no situation or no person to come in your life. You have to move yourself because the universe flows through you. So I just thought about that. And then I got into the point where I'm getting to when people do make moves and they do get out there and start making the moves, they get, tainted, from so many different, people that play tricks on you, trying to show you so many materialistic things, trying to lure you in to, what I'm saying? That's a lot of celebrities get into that type of ordeal where, okay, they show me some money. I'm gonna just do whatever I want because it's a high amount, and then they end up signing a contract that they never wanted to be in. Just not trying to get flustered by too many materialistic objects, being grounded and knowing, look, I know this looks good, it's fun, everything is great, but it's time to come back into myself. I don't need any of this. I'm detached from it. It's fun, but I have my time. Let me go back into my solitude. Let me ground myself. Let me remember who I am, where I came from. Just having that right frame of mind. But a lot of people don't do that. And since they don't, and they go on this voyage of trying to get these things, whatever they desire, they get, they just get led astray. And they expect too much. And, they have attachment to certain things. They get too much indulged into materialistic things and they get left empty. They sit here trying to figure out why they don't feel fulfilled, even though they have this, that, and the third, and it's like you missing the foundation to look at life with a specific perception that makes you be fulfilled. You're there for yourself, your mind, you can see everything that you need is here. You already have everything you need. Everything is beautiful right now. Everything is grand right now in this present moment. You have to look for it. You have to have that perception. And if you don't, you'll always be left, feeling empty of something, like you're missing something big, and it'd be the foundation, it'd be yourself. You're missing you, and that's just kind of what that poem was kind of explaining.
How did you come to that though? Like what? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking, Tay?
I'm 26.
Oh man, okay. How at such a young age have you become so mature, right? And have such a positive outlook on life? Like, where does that come from?
It's crazy. It's just so hard to really think about the very, very first source. I would just say it came from growing up. I guess it was always in me. I just never being exposed to the world, being exposed to so many different types of outlooks and perspectives and what the society wants for you, you push that to the side, you suppress that part of yourself until now coming into myself. And then in those times I was low, I started to regain so much about myself, regain so much understanding about so much, and opening my heart back up, because that heartbreak makes you closed off to yourself. You gotta, once you open your heart and open your mind, so much comes to you. Like it's you open up opportunities for elevation, through so much. So it was always in me. It's just I had to dig it out myself. I had to remember. So just through so much meditation, so much work I put in for myself on, starving my ego, starving my urges, just thinking about where the source of me feeling certain things and thinking certain, like my observing my thought patterns, so many different things of going through this through meditation and being in my solitude, and just asking questions. When you ask that question and you actively seek it, it's going to show itself every time. Sometimes you don't even know. You're not even trying to expect when it's going to come. You know what I'm saying? Everything just start to come to you. Like, oh, I get it. I understand this. I understand that. I understand why this happens and why that happens and what the purpose is for. And you just, you know what I'm saying? You just keep keeping that open mind, and it comes to you every time. But the meditation is the most critical thing. And I think that was the biggest thing that helped me on my journey of, self-realization. And yeah, that's it's just so much more to it.
Now,
But that's what motivated me.
with your meditation, though, Tay, how do you go into that? I try.
Mm,
Me and my wife was going to a place. I was forget what it's. I think it was called something like Shambhala or something like that.
mm-hmm,
Um, but it wasn't far from my area, and
mm-hmm,
I actually enjoyed it. But it was hard for me to really block out everything.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I like before I would go in, a lot of times, most of the times, if I smoked before I went, cannabis that is, if I
Yeah.
smoked before I went in, I was at a really calm state. But
Mm-hmm.
even then, it's like my thoughts was racing a little bit. I never was able to get. I felt to that point where it was just completely.
Be still.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Does that take practice or something like what
Mm-hmm.
is that?
So it's definitely practice, because what you don't want to do, you don't want to try to block everything out. You want to let everything flow. All the thoughts is going to be there regardless, right? So what you're doing in this meditation and in this practice, when you're just sitting with yourself, when I tell you breathing is one of the biggest parts of this meditation, you got to know how to breathe correctly. You got to breathe from your diaphragm. A lot of us breathe the wrong way, just, the chest open up, but you want to breathe from the
Mhm.
center of your soul. So you breathing, you start to feel yourself slow down a little bit, like, oh, okay. You relax yourself. You feel your thoughts everywhere. You just observing it. What am I even thinking? Let me relax myself. Let me calm down. Let me focus on my breath. It's all about concentration. Concentrate on something. Visualize something that you want to concentrate on. You can visualize a candle or something, and you focus in a candle or something. You focusing on that candle, and you just observing. Just observe. Just sit back, observe, analyze yourself, and you just looking. As you're looking, mind you, certain things you're gonna feel certain urges. You're gonna feel like you want to get up and stop. You're gonna feel like you want to check your phone. Chill out. One of the parts of your meditation is restraint. You want to restrain yourself, because all about this meditation is control, self-control. So that's one of the parts of the self-control, controlling you, because you are not your thoughts. You are the controller. You are the master of yourself. So if you are the master, then everything goes through you. But you have to remember that you can't be controlled by your urges. So you just observing everything, you restraining yourself and feeling or wanting to do certain things. You sit, just sit, just relax, just keep focusing on your breath and just sit. The more you do it, the longer you go, the more it starts to get a little bit easier. The
Right.
more you fall into the space of stillness. And it takes practice. It takes a couple of times for you to do it. And you want to let that go. You don't want to expect, okay, I'm doing it for this amount of time. Why this ain't come yet? Why I don't feel this yet? Why? Don't even worry about that. It's all about flow. You gotta flow. You gotta let it go. If you don't let go, if you think you in control of everything, then you're gonna, be disappointed. That's why you can't expect nothing. Don't expect anything. You're going ahead with a certain intention of, just gaining some knowledge on something or just being still. That's why you gotta. Sometimes you meditate on something specific. You might be going through a certain situation. Let me go into my space real quick and figure out why I feel like this or why let me slow down myself. It's so many different things, but just being able to be patient and being able to endure the irritation and the difficulty during the process. So that's just what it is, and repetition and consistency.
So so talk to us about what projects or what businesses that you're doing. Do you write any? Do you have any books out, or you planning to write a book?
I am planning on writing a book. I don't have nothing in the works just yet, but I do plan on. I've thought about that, and I was like, and especially been in that space in the one poetry night. I'm seeing people talk about books they got, and you was just showing this in the beginning of the show about people who got their books coming out. It's like, that's beautiful, man. That's awesome. Like, for you to find the courage to just write all that, put that whole thing down, and put yourself into the existence, and then potentially impact somebody, or motivate somebody. So I was like, y'all got to do that one time. Got it. You know what I'm saying? It might spark something. Yeah.
You
So I'm
definitely got
definitely
something, man. You definitely are an influencer. Like, you'll be very people are going to feed off of you, man. The inspiration, you're going to inspire a lot. You know what I mean? Just your aura and the way that you come off.
Yeah.
But what else? What is it that you're doing? Like, you have any businesses that you're doing?
Yeah. So right now, number one, I appreciate you saying that. I definitely, But I got two businesses. I got right now. Right now, I got Internal Riches, which is a clothing line.
Eternal Riches.
Internal Riches.
Internal. Okay.
Yeah. So it's so much more to implement. Mind you, I just started these businesses. I had to be like, you know what, man, let me start some businesses around something I love. So Internal Riches is, I'm gonna, spread a message through these clothing, through the clothing. It's not just, something this regular that you rock just for fashion. I want to spread something, with this clothing, messages on certain shirts, certain sweaters, but it's also fashionable as well. And then also I'm working on becoming an herbalist, and I'm developing my herbal knowledge more and more and more. Certain things, that you can use to heal yourself on certain sicknesses, certain diseases, fruit juices. I got, certain regimens you can use to, on fasting, or just if you want to just heal, if you want to boost your immune system. So just that's called take over your health. So take over your health and Internal Riches is the same, you know what I'm saying? They go hand in hand in the same sense, for real. It's all about health and wellness, and you just developing yourself towards, to a higher vibration. And
I love that. I love that title, Eternal Riches, for the clothing line. What's the inspiration in that, though? To help inspire others, or to remind us of who we are? What is, you know what I mean? Where did you where was that birth from? Put it that way.
So it was birthed from my journey, from my self-transformation journey, but also the knowledge that, the kingdom of heaven is within. It's here. You know what I'm saying? And it's only delegated through your mind. Nothing else can give you the feeling that you can give you when you understand, and you're tapped in, you have a connection with yourself, you love yourself, you know what I'm saying? You just, all of that, having the wisdom, that's internal riches. That's the riches that last forever. That's the one that's sustainable. All that money, all the gold, all the diamonds, that's cool. It's physical. It can go in and out your life just like that. But, you building a foundation on character. You building a foundation on, love and understanding, having compassion. All of that combined into one is your internal riches. That's your bank account right there. How your bank account look? You know what I'm saying? What you putting in your bank account? What are you depositing? Are you depositing, or are you just expelling and just, it's internal riches right now is on low funds. You might have a lot of money, but you don't got no internal riches. So it's like, just on the basis of that, you can have all the money in the world, but when it's gone, what you got? So you got to have internal riches, because nobody can take that away from you. So,
do you come up with the designs and everything for that too, as well, for your clothing line?
Yeah, so I had got somebody to design this specifically. I just told them exactly kind of like how I wanted it. But if you could see it, let me just turn around because I'm kind of on the back. I designed the back by myself.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah,
No, we can
but yeah,
see it. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I designed the back myself. I just just trying to dive into my creativity doing that, and I love it. I'm like I'm putting this on there, and
Mm-hmm.
I try not to be too judgmental because you know how we can be our biggest
Mm-hmm.
critics. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, Tay, just relax. For number one, this is your first piece to come out. This is lovely. This is your first thing is not going to be the best thing. So let's just put it out. You know what I'm saying? And I had to work through myself. It was a self work process, even starting, because one of my flaws was to be a procrastinator. Sometimes I can procrastinate, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, I got to work on that. I got to take initiative. If I want this, that, and the third, I got to
Right.
move.
Right.
I gotta make it happen. So
Right.
putting those into works and it's around something I love.
Mm-hmm.
That's just building something for me to I want to live off of doing something I want to do rather than working and working and working and working and work.
Right.
And
Right.
it's a
Right. Right.
job that I don't want to be in. So you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm just trying to develop that for myself and you know, yeah, and like the world gonna move how you want it to move. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's just what it is.
I love it, man. Let's get into some more poetry, man. What's one of your most favorite poems that you have? What's your favorite?
Um, I would definitely say the poem I did at the poetry night.
That event? Mm-hmm.
That yeah, the first one I did. I wanted to do. That's why I wanted to take a picture of it before I started because it's in my phone. So I was like, damn. I think I can still do it. I think my audio might be still up if I can go to my notes in my phone and do it real quick
Yeah.
for the people that haven't heard it. Can you still hear me right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, you good,
Okay,
bro.
cool. All right, bet. All right. So this one of them right here. It's called wealth. You know,
Okay.
that's what I call it. So this how it go. It's time to really get up on your wealth. No, not the piece of paper that people in this society use. I'm talking about you. When you choose to protect your energy from the things that drain it, no longer serving a purpose. Ain't it crazy when you stop indulging in negative things your spirit no longer wants to contain it? The pain it scarred you up. You start to realize how your heart has been tainted by people and situations you feel resentment towards within. Reminiscing is only bringing back those same feelings again. Now in your head painting a picture of an alternate ending. You always ignored it by scrolling and looking at the things that's trending and looking at the material things and are worth and what you yearn to own, but somehow have difficulty in finding the worth of your own. Have you even looked into the mirror lately? You have. And the last time you did, you made a choice to look for answers. You suddenly had this feeling it was time for change. It was time to transition to the next stage. Energy depleted, which forces you into solitude, therefore making you engage with yourself, having to come to your own aid. After making decisions towards self-care at your big age for the first time in your life, you start to feel like you finally got paid. This check is priceless. It'll last a lifetime. Slowly discovering more treasures inside your mind, more jewels in this place of mine than any mine on earth. Smile might burst from all the digging, but I can dig it. Never mind it. This is my shit. I don't gotta worry about any colonizer stealing these jewels within me because I'm the only person on earth who can find it. Look how I'm shining. This light I have can brighten others searching for alignment. It's ironic that I helped them find their own gold, provided them a silver lining. Found the love I was looking for in me, and now I combine it and from the love for my people, which is my God-given assignments. And you should try it. Get up on your wealth. The only way you change the world is if you change yourself. Love. So
Yeah.
that's that one.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Yeah, man. I like that. That part about, and this stuck out to me when I first heard it too that night about, you said something about moving forward, but you're still looking at the past that's trending. I took that as like, you know how you're in a relationship and people come out of relationships, but they still follow each other. You still looking on their page to see what they're doing in life and how they coming along and things like that. What I mean, so what inspired that poem for you? What is that called again? You have a name for that one?
Yeah, I called that one. I just called it wealth. And it's
Well,
just like that. That's exactly what the wealth is diving into yourself. And that part specifically, I related to that part because that's how I was.
mhm,
You hurting, you
mhm.
were just down. You know, it's a lot of things wrong with you, but you know what I'm saying. You just going along with everything. You scrolling, you looking at tapping, looking at pictures. You looking at the things that's trending. You looking at things you want to own or looking at this material thing, that material thing. You looking at the person you might have been dealing with's page and you know what I'm saying, you just reminiscing and thinking about an alternate ending, thinking about how
Mm,
things could have gone there
mm.
if you did this, how things could have gone if this didn't happen. And you just thinking about so many different types of alternate endings than what happened and trying to come to reality like, okay, this is my reality now. Let's deal with it. Let's build off of this situation and move on. We can't live in the past, but the past is here for you to take from it to learn and advance in the present moment to work towards what you want from the future. So it's like that's exactly what it is. You can't keep living in the past. If you live in the past,
Bro,
you're gonna get stuck in it and you're gonna miss the
right.
present moment.
You're
So
right.
yeah.
You're right. And I'm sitting here crazy, just cheesing, man, because when I get young men on here like yourself, man, who speak like this and have a certain outlook on life and what they want to do and comfortable in their own path. I love it, man. I congratulate you, brother.
I appreciate that.
Especially for it's not easy for us to talk about or deal with things when we're hurting. And that's
Mm-hmm.
another thing that birthed my first book, Unusual Favor.
Mm-hmm.
When I talked to my wife about it and was like, babe, I want to write a book about this, blah, blah, blah. First, it came from a song. She wrote a song called Unusual Favor, and that kind of sparked everything. That was back in 2014. But in 2020, I released a book, Unusual Favor. And it's like, I did it because I felt as though, well, for one, it was therapeutic for me to open up and talk about what I was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and two, I felt like I was in a situation, honestly, that a lot of us don't deal with. I felt like in our culture, a lot of times our sisters deal with a situation where um, our the man may be on drugs or alcoholic or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a little bit flipped around. Um, And once she let me know, she's like, you know what, that's your truth. If that's what you want to do, if you want to, write about it and put it out there, then I don't have a problem with that. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that helped me in so many different ways to
Mm-hmm.
come to grips with purpose, I believe, and everything. You know what I mean? What made you say to yourself, all right, look, I gotta shake this shit off and
Mm-hmm.
and get my shit together because life goes on. You know what I mean? Especially at the age that you were at, and you were in school at the time. You said, right? So were you
Yeah.
even home or you were abroad? You were away at school somewhere?
Yeah, at this time I was away. I
Right.
was by myself.
Mhm.
Around COVID time, everybody went home. Everybody's back home. I went to Frostburg, so I'm in Frostburg in the middle
Okay.
of nowhere in the
Right.
mountains. So
Right.
I'm like, I had to really lock in with myself. But that's not even where the really got pivotal. It really got pivotal in 2021, mind you. So that was 2020. 2021 came and I was out on my fornication, still doing my
Right.
thing, everything,
Right.
and then of course a couple of situations came up where I was like, what am I doing, man? Like
Right.
this is not it. Like why
Right.
am I with this person? Why am I
Right.
indulging in doing this? Like it's not doing anything for me, but they're giving me momentary pleasure. So I had
Right.
to really sit here. I'm like, you
Right.
know what? I gotta sit back from all this. I gotta take a hiatus or something. You know what I'm saying? To really lock in with myself. And I took about 6 months without doing nothing. I'm talking about not even talking to females, not even talking to females, not even entertaining nobody. I'm chilling, just trying to fully focus on me. Who am I? Who am I? What is this? What is my purpose here? Like what is the world? How does this work? How does that work? I don't know. And I just in that duration of time, I just locked in and I started reading a bunch of books. I started just being in my critical thinking and just thinking about so much within myself, and it just led to one thing to another, just bang, bang, bang. And then once I got out of that and I started dealing with people again, you know, the situations didn't go the best, but it showed me something. It was like, all right, Tay, if you want some love, if you want genuine love, you got to be that love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you also have to know not to expect too much, not to be attached. It was just life situations were just showing me so much. But me being able to sit back and observe that through things I've learned, different books I was reading, or different videos I was watching, I'm taking these bits of advice and I'm applying it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I had to understand it. Okay, what would this do for me if I did this? Like they say, let me implement this. Let me think. All the hurt and the pain it happened for a reason. It's showing me something. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your friend. It might hurt. It might be difficult, but it's your friend. You gotta be friends with your dark side in a sense. You know what I'm saying? The negativity within you, the negative thoughts, the negative feelings, they here to show you, hey, look, you see this? Where does this come from? I want you to ask that question. You got to ask the right questions here, buddy. Where does this come from? Why do you think this? You get it? Why you feel like this about her? Why you feel like this about what she did? You got to ask the questions, and then bam, things get revealed. Wisdom here, right in your face. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a process for so much, and you really just got to you got to love the process, you know. And once you love the process, everything just flow, man.
All right, before I get you to do another poem, I'm sorry, guys, if y'all can hear one of my dogs snoring in the background. But damn, bro. So, okay, man, you got me just open. I don't even know where to start with you, bro, because you got a lot. Pain is not your enemy. Yeah, it is your friend. Very true. Definitely. That's some balls right there, bro. Oh, that's what I wanted to. So, what is your how does your spirituality play a part in how you look at things in your creativity as well?
My spirituality definitely has a huge impact in my creativity because I know my creativity is one of my God-given abilities to be able to create.
That's right.
You know, delving into the dimensions of my mind where nobody can see but myself, seeing a visualization, having a calculation and connections and expressing it onto this paper so y'all can see it, or so people can feel me. People can potentially be inspired in some type of way. People can relate to me in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? That's important for you to create. We all looking at creation right now. The phone, the lights, the clothes, the hats, everything is creation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to create. You have to have that sense of release, you know, and go into your childlike state and create. Because when you was a child, you was creative. You did things. You was innovative. You know, you did so much. You was, you wanted to explore things. You was wondering so much. You have to heal your inner child, you know, and that goes hand in hand with your creativity too. So it's like that whole spiritual journey. You awaken your creativity, and I've always been a creative dude, but I just shut it off during my teenage years because you get indulged into so many different things, trying to impress people and all this other stuff, and you not really being you to the core. You know, once you get to know you, you're definitely gonna end up being a real creative person.
Are you from? I'm sorry to cut you off. Are you from the Baltimore area?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Grew up here.
Yeah. So I grew up in the county and in the city at the same time, for real, because my parents had split apart, and I was here in Essex, but I was also spent a lot of time in Emerson or over west. So it was a lot of my whole life. I'm a Libra, so my whole life I've realized is like a balance. Everything is balanced for some reason. I love the fact that it's like that. So here in Essex, living with my mom, I was kind of like more in the house. Kind of more. More hard parents, and get on my father, I was more free. So I get to figure out, experience a couple of things over there, but also
seeing two different worlds.
Yeah, literally, man. So yeah, that time definitely shaped me. Just going through that time. Yeah, but I'm definitely from here though.
All right, man. So look, let's do another poem, man. Anything that you want to spit, anything you want to get off your chest, whenever you're ready, man. Just go right ahead, bro.
Trying to see it's because it's a couple of things I had started, and I'm like, damn, I just ain't get into it because over the past week I was on vacation technically. I was and doing flag football, and I just started to write a couple of things, but I could definitely do a little something. I got a lot of different things in here,
Oh, whatever you want, bro. Whatever you
even
want.
even if it's a rap or something. Let me see.
That's right, because you do rap as well, too, right?
Yeah, I do. Just trying to look for a couple of things. One second. I'm just trying to find the right one.
So while you looking for that too, talk to me about the football. So you play flag football on the regular?
Oh yeah. That's. I recently just like really got into it.
Is that where the
But
travel is? Where you do a lot of
yeah,
travel? Okay.
yeah. Well, I was just in Florida, and it was real big tournament in Tampa and in Orlando. So it's a lot of different locations: Tampa, Orlando. You got Austin, Texas. You got Virginia. You got Vegas. So many different lanes because flag is actually a big thing. I didn't know that. I thought it was just something you just play around with. No, it's actually serious. So yeah. So that's what that was. I love football.
What position you mainly play?
Oh, I play receiver and I play corner. Sometimes I play safety. But yeah, that's my thing. I always played football. Well, I didn't always play football. I started playing football in high school when I was a freshman, and then I played in college too. And then after that, I'm like, I still want to play, but and I just ended up getting into flag. That's all I needed. That was great, man. I didn't know how competitive that actually was. Yeah, I love it, man. Uh, I might have just stopped bluffing and just go and do something.
Yeah, you might as well just go ahead and spit it, man. It's all good.
Yeah. I might as well go and spit something real quick. Because I know I got a couple of ones in my phone. I'm just trying to.
And how can the people follow you and keep up with you as well, too?
Please follow me on Instagram, Tay_dream chasing. And when you go on that page, I got my other pages right there in my bio, so you can go and follow my other accounts. I got my spiritual page, and I got my page for Take Over Your Health with the juices, and I'm gonna really start diving into that this year. And you also got Internal Riches. You can follow that page for the clothing, and yeah, that's the ones right there. I'm always on my spiritual account. I post a lot of different things. If you want to hop on there and try to spark some thinking. I want to introduce you to some information. Don't shut it away just because you think what you think. Have an open mind. Think about it. Think about the possibility. You don't gotta believe me. You don't gotta not believe me. But take the possibility. And think about it. What if this was true? So it's like, yeah, just definitely tap in with me, man. I'm here. I'm here with y'all. Y'all are me. So
absolutely,
me helping y'all is me helping myself. So literally. All right, y'all, I'm about to just go and spark something.
Yeah, just spit one. It's all good. You ain't got to keep looking.
I'm trying not to pick nothing that's too crazy. All right, let me stop bluffing. Okay, I'm gonna just try this one. I probably ain't do this in a minute, but I'm gonna just choose this one real quick. I'm gonna just flow. This one say, all right, I took my pain and changed the pocket to the game. Denim jeans wouldn't fade the same. Could never pop a stain on my shirt. Buttoned up from a sucker punch. They threw my name up in dirt. New era for New Balance. I changed. I overcame the things that left me feeling estranged. I was deranged. Now look at the range on my shit. A nigga sniper train. I keep that thing on my hip with a switch, jumping on and off the cliff. Life can take you to the peak and then throw you off a ditch. Gotta understand the motion so it all can make some sense. Get my fingers wrenched, struggle all through the mud, was climbing up from a trench. They done bred a different dog. Just watch the sign up on the fence. Just beware me. Solitaire, they dealt the cards. I turned into a rare me. I played them and started finding the rare key to the prison of my mind. I'm on the grind. I'm smoking on that fine pioneer. Oh, I didn't even finish that, but I just chose something random.
I love it, man. You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
I love the way that you keep an open mind in your writing, it seems like, and in just about everything. Before we get out of here, you already told us how to follow you. I got a question though, bro. What do you think? How important do you think it is for us to grow our own food?
Man, I think that's extremely important. Very, very much emphasize on extremely important because we've been in a society where they've programmed us to think, okay, I need some food. Let me go to the market. Let me go to the grocery store. Let me get this, that, and the third item. But we lost the art of growing our own food. And when we grow our own food, we grow it with love. And that
Mm,
vibration holds in that whatever you're growing. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? And when you're eating that, that energy transfers to you. Right now, we eating a whole bunch of, we're not even thinking that on an energy spectrum.
mhm,
Um, aside from them putting all these chemicals and putting all this extra stuff in the food, but also, the manufacturing process of how your food is handled, especially when it comes to meat and how they treat the cows and the chickens and what they do to them. That energy is always transferred. It's never depleted. It doesn't go anywhere. It's transferred. So when they have that energy of beating the animals and torturing the animals or doing this, that, and the third with your food, and then get putting it in the stores. It's just so much that we intake that we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? We intaking this food and it's poisoning us. It's lowering our vibration. It's clogging our mind up. And we have to remember about planting our own foods, clean food into the soil, into that whole process of connecting with nature. It's not only you growing your food, but you're also connecting with nature, which is also yourself. So
right,
you can even
right.
gain a lot of knowledge in that process. Growing your food is a process that shows you patience as well. That shows you to wait, and when you wait, it's gonna sprout up. When you wait, you're gonna be rewarded. So that can be something that you can apply to life as well. So it's just so important to definitely dive in and learn how to grow your own food. I'm actually learning myself. I've grown a couple of things. Growing some mint, try to do some tomatoes because I kind of caught on last year a little bit too late. But this year I'm definitely implementing on growing way more different things, whether it's herbs, whether it's some food, tomatoes, onions. Just try to grow something. Try to learn something from this growing process, especially underground growing, which is well
Yeah.
in the ground growing. Yeah, when you actually digging in and putting the seed in there, putting it like you got to learn that whole process, man, to be self sufficient. Because if you're not self
For a young
sufficient,
person who's novice about it, when it comes to eating healthy, because we're in a time now where it's quick, Chick-fil-A,
mm-hmm,
McDonald's, whatever, real quick. Any carry out that's your favorite.
yep,
Where would you tell them to start? Like they got all we got fruitarians out here now who eat just nothing but fruit all day, or at
mm-hmm.
least most of the day. You got fasting and things like that. Where would you tell someone to start at that really doesn't know where to go and they just constantly eating that stuff that's available to us in the street all the time?
I would just tell them, number one, you want to start with some research. Start looking at start exposing yourself to some of this knowledge so you can know what you're doing it for. You don't want to
Yeah.
just do it just because somebody else told you to do it. So now you lack in the purpose. So you want to be like, okay, look, what is this? What am I eating? Why am I eating this? Where does this come from? What's the process? You start to learn it. You be like, okay, cool. This gives me motivation to want to change my diet. So
Mm-hmm.
what you want to do is you want to practice. You want to start slow. Whether say you want to stop eating some beef. Want to stop eating beef? Stop eating beef a couple of days out of the week. Start with a couple of days, and then gradually, because you're going to fold a couple of times. That's just how it
Right.
is. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to do a 2 month fast and be nah. You gotta be patient with this process, and you gotta be patient with yourself and gentle with yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to pick out what you want to do, what you want to start out first with. Do it if you want to do a fast, if you want to just detox from a certain food that you're eating, if you want to stop eating fried foods, like just pick your poison with what you want to do, and you do that, and you do it with confidence, and you do it trying to challenge yourself as well, because a lot of people are addicted to food and they don't even know. A lot of people want to, make fun of people as drug addicts, but you're a food
Right.
addict. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
can't go a
Right.
second without stuff in your face. So,
Right.
or just people that don't eat at all. And
Right.
you just gotta frame your mind on what you're doing and the nutrition that you want to intake. There's so much more to it. I know I'm kind of like jumping around a little bit, but just find what's right for you. I'm not gonna say, it's certain diets that, oh, I'm a vegan, I'm this, I'm that. I don't like to categorize myself as anything. I got my diet. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you want to. A lot of these diets turn into religions. You don't want to. That's not what we're doing here. We're looking for freedom here. Do how
Right.
you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Pace yourself
Right.
in your diet, but also be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. Just try to dive into it. Just do some research. Look up some things on the foods that you eating. Um, look on the back of what, like, when you get stuff from the store. Look at the ingredients. A lot of times you just grab it and put it in because it tastes good. Look at the
Right.
ingredients. Look up the ingredients. What is this? Well, what is in my food? You look it up. Oh, you gonna be humble. Trust me. You'll be motivated. Trust me.
Tay,
So
man, it's been a pleasure to have you on here, man. This has been an enlightening experience, brother. Um, tell everybody about both of your brands, because I know you're gonna some people are gonna want to follow you. Definitely I will, on this juicing thing, because I'm all about trying to better my health. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Us as
definitely.
black men, man, we really gotta get into trying to stay here as long as we can, man. You know what I
Facts.
mean? So
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
definitely going to be following you on your health pages and things like that. But let everybody know what you got going on and how they can follow you before we get out of here, bro.
All right, so yeah, you can follow my main page, which is Tay_dream chasing. Um, you can go and follow that. But my two pages, internal riches, it's internal dot riches. Follow that page. That's my clothing page. But follow Take Over Your Health is Tay, and then KOVER underscore your underscore health. So Take Over Your Health. Um, Follow that page, and when we posting a lot on there this year, I'm tapping in. I got a lot of stuff coming for y'all, a lot of knowledge coming. Yeah, so just tap in with me, and that's what it is, man. It's all love around here. It's all enlightenment. It's all development. We attacking, man. We building. Just really tapping into the health side, so we can have our people be health nice and strong, and also know what's up on what the real is.
I
What the
love it.
real medicine is. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tay, it's been a pleasure, man. This will not be the last time I have you on the show, man. You are definitely family now, so I got to bring you on again. Thank you for coming on. What do you want to say to the young people, man? Anything you want to say to young people before you get out of here?
For my people out there, man, please keep striving, man. Keep striving for greatness. Greatness is in you right now. You are the greatest person that you are ever going to be. You are the greatest you. So find your uniqueness, find yourself, know who you are, and just develop yourself. Work on yourself. Don't even worry about what these people talking about out here. Don't worry about people's opinion. This life is yours. This is your path. You want to develop yourself when you want to get just conquer the world, conquer your world. So it's so much more to say, but I'm gonna just leave y'all with that, man. Just keep developing yourself and keep striving for your greatness, and don't settle. Don't settle. Keep striving, man. Keep going. That's
Absolutely.
what.
Tay, it's been a pleasure to have you on, bro. I appreciate you, man. I definitely will have you on again. Guys, you heard it here, man. Follow my man Tay. Check him out on everything that he's doing. I got to get with you, man, because I'd like to get anything that you got with the eternal riches. I love that idea. And I feel as though that we should, basically it's like this plastering or like a poster board of reminding ourselves of who we are. You know what I mean? So I love that. I really do, man. That's a great idea. I hope you go as far as you can with it, bro. I support you in any way possible. Just hit me up. I'm there, man. You know what I mean?
Man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, Tay. I got you, man. I appreciate you. Be out here. Be safe out here, bro. Guys, if you want to be blessed, you must bless somebody else. Check me out next Wednesday from 7 to 8. Shout out to Lady J. Jenkins. I appreciate you, sis. We're going to have a great Happy New Year this year. We got a lot of good things coming for What Up Baltimore. So y'all go to YouTube and subscribe to the What Up Baltimore TV page so you don't miss anything. All right. Tay, it's been a pleasure, bro. Be safe out here, man. I'll see you soon, bro.
You be safe as well, man. I appreciate you for inviting me to this space, man, and letting me express myself, man. It's all love. You support me, I support you right back, man. You me, and I'm you. So that's what it is, man. Good looks for it. Have a good night, man. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tay, appreciate you, bro. You be safe out here, bro.
All right, John. I appreciate you, man.
All right, guys. You want to be blessed, you must bless somebody else. Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to let you know that the host of this show appreciates the time that you've spent with them. Now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything that we're doing. And most of all, thank you for tuning in to What Up Baltimore online radio, where the people have the power.